Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Immortal Hulk, Time of Monsters. This is a one shot. It's absolutely not mandatory at all for you to read. Should you read it though? That's up to you. Let's get talking about who made this comic book. We'll go on from there. There are actually two stories in this one. The first one is Time of Monsters. Alex Packney-Dale and Al Ewing did the story. Alex did the script. Alex is actually famous for doing, well, to me at least, he's famous for doing the Atlantis Wasn't Built for Tourists comic book. Really good story. I liked it. Didn't end the greatest, but I still dug it. It was good. It was one of the series that I read for Scout Comics. Anyway, Juan Ferreira does the art and the cover, and VC's Corey Petit does the letters. Of course, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created the Immortal Hulk, but the Immortal Hulk doesn't appear in this story. This is possibly the first immortal character, Immortal Hulk type character, whatever, and probably the chronologically first appearance of the One Below All. This was interesting. I'm not going to say it was bad, but it wasn't great. So it was good-ish. Again, the Hulk doesn't appear in this at all, so it is simply not something that is mandatory at all, not in the slightest. It's just a thing. In fact, I think I read a story kind of based on this. I think it was called something to the effect of The Green Eye of the Yellow-Faced God. So I think this was actually somewhat very loosely based off of that, but if Alex and Ewing didn't read this, one, I'd be surprised. Two, I'd be doubly surprised. One, because this is right up both of their alleys, Two, the references are regardless. It's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, I made a song and I thought it was completely original. Turns out it was like almost word for word off of the radio. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. The similarities are just way too similar for me, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't care. Every writer worth their salt takes from some other part of literature just a little bit, like this. So there shouldn't be any problem with that. But like I said, the Hulk doesn't appear in this one. So the Immortal Hulk does, however, appear in A Little Fire, the second story in here, which also features the Scarecrow. David Vaughn is actually the writer for that one, and Kevin Nolan did the art, colors, and letters in this. This was actually fun. This is the Scarecrow that's actually souped up and powerful, that's gone against Doctor Strange and Ghost Rider at certain points, not the weaker one. I think the weaker version of this, it's the same character, but like he got an upgrade at some point. He got like an upgrade from demons. I don't think it was an Inferno thing like the original Hobgoblin, but was it the original Hobgoblin? Anyway, too many comic books for me, man. Too many comic books, but this is the amped up one that has the pheromones and has, I don't know. There's an interesting plot in here that I actually liked. Now the art, I really liked the art in this. It was perfect for the story, but you guys are all going to notice Bruce Banner in this. He is the dumpiest looking mother fathead I've ever seen in my life. And it's like, nah, bro. Nah, you can't tell me this is him. As soon as it said, oh, welcome, Dr. Banner, I'm like, no, there must be another Dr. Banner someplace in the Marvel Universe because this ain't him. That guy's skinny. This guy's just like big and dumpy and, I'm an oaf. What are you doing? What are you doing with that? But the rest of the art was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. And the Immortal Hulk does actually appear in this one. And there's a good fight and a lot of Scarecrow and Wizard of Oz references. More than enough for me. So I dug it. Anyway, guys, I enjoyed this. That being said, if you're a little short on funds, relax. You don't need this at all. You absolutely do not need to buy this comic book. It's not like giant-sized Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1 that just came out last week, which was, absolutely crucial and mandatory, but it's like, why aren't you just Amazing Spider-Man issue number whatever, as opposed to a giant size, which does, why? Why would you go look at my review for a giant-sized Spider-Man issue number 1 last week? I made many complaints about a really great book. I got to be honest with what I find. In this particular case, nothing to do with anything, or at least so it seems. But the second story does feature an Immortal Hulk that is much like the original Immortal Hulk that we saw 40 issues ago. Remember the first 10 issues or so where he was just this unstoppable big bad mother fat head who would go around in town and be like, I'm going to punish you and possibly, harm you forever because of the way that you treated so and so and such and such? Yeah, that's right. Because I'm the biggest monster you know. And you just see like his hand coming right at you, big green hand. Like that's what I'm talking about. This is that version of the Immortal Hulk from the early days of this series, which is this run, which is coming to an end soon. Anyway, like I said, I liked it, but it's not mandatory. And you spend your dollars as you see fit. I'll talk to you guys later. Like the video and watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.